In this universe,
In this galaxy, in this world, beneath the influencer clouds,
over the viral video fields,
off the information superhighway,
there are voices in the digital wilderness, whispering.
more opinions.
If you listen,
You will hear. What is your opinion on sneezing? Now, hear me out. Because some people don't like doing it, some people like sneezing. What is your opinion?
It's one of those things that unfortunately has to be done, and you can't avoid it. Because if you try to stifle a sneeze, it's going to hurt you.
Yeah. Like, I enjoy sneezing, right? Like, I don't mind to sneeze. Now, are you at the age yet? Now, this did not happen to me. I'm asking because not something happened, but have you hurt yourself yet with the sneeze? Have you sneezed yet? And like you crank. I know this isn't why I'm asking, right? But have you sneezed yet? And like you threw out something in your neck, or anyone in the chat, like Ryan, Brody, Grandpa Chad, if you're there.
Beverly, who liked the show on Facebook, thank you so much.
If you've sneezed and have hurt yourself.
I shouldn't be laughing because one day it's going to happen to me, but no, not yet.
Not yet. Now, the whole reason I asked is because while trucking today, I sneezed. And like, it was such a good sneeze. Like my butthole flexed. And I was like, wow. I'm like, it's good thing I got a tight sphincter muscle because I might have shit myself. There's a quarter. But yeah. So I just were like, it didn't hurt, but it was a gooder. Like, it was one of those ones where, like, you kind of take a second to go, whoo, like you saw stars. So I was just curious if you were at that age yet. So yeah, I was like, what a way to start. I'm not even going to let Alex say anything. No weather chat. I'm just going to ask his opinion on sneezing. So I thought it was a good way to start the show.
I bet sneezing could be considered semi-orgasmic because it is a kind of release and there is a relief factor that comes after it.
Mm-hmm.
I would love to meet that 0.005214% of people who either achieve orgasm or near it from sneezing. Because there was this one TV blurb that I saw about a person who has nonstop orgasms, and it wasn't pleasurable. It's almost painful, because it happens so often and it's uncontrollable.
Yeah. I mean, on the outside looking into that, you go, man, that might be okay. But if it's continuous, yeah, no, I don't think that would be good at all. I really don't think so. No.
So after probably the sixth one in a row, you're thinking, am I going to be able to sleep tonight if this keeps happening?
And my underwear bill is going to be huge.
You know what? I think it got to the point with that particular person. I think it was a guy where he wasn't shooting anything. It was just the sensation.
Just dust.
Yeah.
Dust in the wind. Hey.
You sneezed so hard you hit a table. Wow.
Can you imagine like the scene that would be? Because the sound, like I remember those the tables they had in the mez back in Mackenzie, and the sound you would have made like smashing your face off that. Whew. Couldn't imagine. That'd be pretty freaking loud.
The mez. I remember going to the mez, aside from gym class, only about 2 or 3 times in high school that I can remember. Probably once or twice in 8th grade for lunch, but after that, that wasn't really the place that I frequented.
I've seen, or we used to go there for gym, of course, and the odd time, but yeah, I never really went up there for anything. Yeah, like don't think I ever like ate lunch or anything up there that I could think of. So no.
I might have sneezed and seen stars a few times as well, although it's not on the top 10 memorable sneezes, so I don't really rate sneezes.
I've coughed a few times and like saw stars. Like I had to take him in to go, holy cow. Like everything went dark, right? Because you're just like, it's like something goes down the wrong tube or whatnot. And it's just like, whew. The one thing I remember from the mez, we were up on the, we're up there doing like calisthenics or some bull crap. And Sean Kadar was like, he was in the kung fu or some crap or whatever. And he's like, hey, I can kick my hand, right? And he's like, oh, I'm like, all right. The doughhead's wearing socks, feet on this concrete floor.
Yep.
So of course he gets his hand out and he kicks it and he goes, wow, like Harry in our Marv when our Marv hits the ice and falls down in Home Alone. And I mean, he laid there for a good 30 seconds going, as he hit the ground so hard.
Yes, I remember there being a little concession stand up there. I swear I volunteered for that once or twice, but that's about it.
I didn't volunteer for crap at that school.
No school spirit over here.
No. Okay, so the pleasantries are out of the way. We always talk about shootings and whatnot, and this, I'm bringing this one up. Everyone's already talked about it a lot, but anybody, then the 6 people that are here, 5 now, whatever, like these, you guys are our regulars. And we always make this a point that when we talk about a shooting, the thing that I don't like the most is it's the color of the shooter, right? The lack thereof telling people or saying this was the color of the shooter. Now, I can't remember what the shooting was, but like I had to search to find like, okay, who the shooter was. Like I really had to look for it to find it. And I mean, it's happened a couple times. So anyways, this incident happened down in actually Kansas City. This young kid, 16-year-old kid named Ralph Yarl. Okay. And he was shot by an 84-year-old homeowner for going to the wrong address. And not only shot, okay, like shot. And this is, now I'm going to show the picture of this kid. In this world, there's way too much stereotyping. And of course, this kid but I like, and it sounds really dumb, but I'd like to know what he was wearing that night. Okay. Now, when I say that, when you think about a thug, you're like Pac or something, they're like, oh, like that's intimidating. Brody took us to an A.A.T.G.M in Seattle where a bunch of homies came in and I thought we were going to die. But they were very nice people. And that is my asshole for the stereotypical gangbanger. They were very nice. I said, sup. The one guy even said, sup, blood. Like, I'm a big white cracker, but what's up? So I just want to show this kid just so it's kind of clear, like this kid, if he was dressed anything like this, was definitely not, to me, a worry about, like, look at this kid. Does this kid look like he's gonna, like a gang banger?
Not at all.
Not at all, right? So
now if If he was in a dress, yes, he'd be asking for it. Just joking. Terrible joke. I'll show myself
Yeah,
now.
yeah. You should have to pay $2 for that because that was really bad.
I,
But the point I'm getting at here, like, this is awful because this kid again was shot on the ground. Not only was he shot, like the guy shot him, he walked out and shot him in the head. This kid has survived, which is a miracle. What bugs me about it is, I'm going to share the screen again. Every single article here. Now you probably, I don't know, just so you guys can't read it. Everyone make sure to say white guy, a white homeowner, white person, white guy. Every single article. Make sure to say that it is a white homeowner. Now, if people can't step back a little bit and be like, okay, this kid was shot. Who cares what color of skin this guy is that shot him? Right? It shouldn't matter. But like I said, a couple weeks ago, I know we talked about a shooting, and they were going, I had to dig to find out who the shooter was, even a picture, a name. And everything you read on this screen here says white man, white man, white man, white man, white man, white man. That, that's the problem. And that is causing division in our world. And people don't seem to know, they seem to realize that. At least that's my opinion. A lot of people don't. All they see is, and now they see it as, oh, there's a white guy shot a black kid. Now we need to march. We need to demonstrate, which, yes, in a way. But people need to step back and go, whoa, like, why is this,
Well, we don't live in that alternate universe, so we don't know.
Yeah, we don't know. And as a matter of fact, Brody, I'm almost sure, because if you listen to the Kevin Nash podcast, he just talked about how a young cheerleader got shot at by a guy. And I think she was, let's see if I can find this. And yet you can't assume that at all. Okay, so two Texas cheerleaders shot after one gets into the wrong car. That's all. Yep. And it is actually an African American girl.
Oh.
So, I'm just reading here. She was 18, seriously injured when shot. So this was Pedro Tilo Rodriguez. But, again, okay, so I'm looking at the article, I'm looking at the list. There's a picture of the guy here. Nowhere does it say a Hispanic gentleman. You actually have to, because in the world we live in now, we're all well aware that the people are infamous for just looking quickly and saying, oh, the white guy shot this, I'm mad, which you should be. But the same thing is not happening when you're looking at the articles when other people are shooting. So apparently there was at a supermarket, she got into the wrong vehicle. That's all it was. So therein lies again the problem that when we've talked about America a lot and people who have guns. So all she did is, and this isn't a threatening looking young lady. We don't know her personally, but here I'll show a picture of her here. Like, she doesn't look threatening. All she did was open the wrong door to a vehicle. And your immediate reaction is to grab a gun and boom. Like, you wouldn't even think to go like, yo, mother effer, get the F out of my vehicle. No, the first thing you do is grab the gun and shoot.
Yeah, because it's America. You got to be on your guard at all time. Anyone could be coming to get you right now. Yeah. You got to be locked and loaded.
Well, no, but see, I know you don't care, Brody. I understand that. I don't care. I'm sure I'm speaking for Alex here when I says he doesn't care. Doesn't matter. The problem is there's just too many buttholes out there that do care, and that's what they become focused on. That's the point of what I'm saying. Is that becomes the divide. It's not let's talk about guns. It's oh no, this person, that's not talking about guns. Let's talk about just this person's skin color. Let's talk about, and it's funny. So this has all been out here. I'm curious. I know it's not on there. I don't even know why I'm saying I'm curious, but I guarantee you're not going to see anything from Fox on this. CTV, CTV, CNN, NBC, The Guardian, ABC, NBC, Today. I'm just reading the things here.
All the Democrat news networks are talking about it because
BBC,
they want to foster racial division.
The Guardian. Well, this is all the cheerleading one. This isn't, but it's funny. There's nothing here from Fox talking about it, of course.
Yeah, it's because Tucker Carlson isn't there to troll about it.
Yeah.
Oh. Ooh, hello.
Big Red. Sup, Duke Flower.
Good point, Big Red. America is too bloody. They first world finances, and Brody was saying America's a third world country, perhaps in terms of mentality, third world mentality, but still a first world nation.
Yes.
We can't talk about guns. If the gun wasn't involved, we wouldn't really be talking about guns. But because there was a gun involved, it's all about them guns.
And Brody, that is a great point. Again, don't take my guns. You can't take my guns. My amendment says, but there's a dude wearing a dress and I don't like it.
Yeah. Freedom of expression for who?
Yeah. Oh, me and my beliefs, according to Ben Shapiro. Right?
Oh, we can't talk about gun control.
No, and you're right though. No, but you're right. And that doesn't change anything we just said.
But then when we talk about gun control, then inevitably the old saying comes up that I've seen on social media time and time again. Criminals don't pay attention to gun laws. They don't care about gun control. They're going to get guns regardless. I don't know how to respond to that.
Hey, sorry, I got to get Brody's opinion here. And even yours. You're an old wrestling fan. Sorry, we'll go right back to guns. So WWE has introduced a new title tonight. And I just want to get Butt Blaster Brody's and yours, because you're an old wrestling fan from way back in the day. I don't know. I don't think it's horrible, but I mean, I think it's better than the ones they did have. And it's the new. It kind of does have the big gold belt feel to it.
Yeah, that's nice.
I don't mind it. So, yeah, I just wanted to show that so Brody could see it, and I was just curious what he thinks of it. So, okay, back to our regular schedule programming. But that's just it. That is okay. So I need to. But that's just the new Universal. I don't know if it's going to be Universal. Yeah, I guess it would be Universal. That's Roman's new belt. But that's what I said. That's the lack of training. To think that the first thing you do is shoot first and ask later. Like, you're that wound tight? Like, that you just have to be on guard. So I start blasting. Right? So, I mean, in fairness with the belts, Brody, we had the best belts. Big Gold and the Winged Eagle were the best belts. So, yeah, again, we talk about this all the time, and nothing is going to change.
Oh, it's going to become that old circle of, well, more gun control. We got to do something about them guns. Well, nothing's going to happen because of my Second Amendment. And then it goes quiet, and then it starts again. Somebody gets shot. Second Amendment, gun control. What do? We can't do anything because of the Second Amendment. Nothing happens. Everyone goes quiet.
Yep, pretty much.
There was one time, and this was a good 5 years ago, I was in my car waiting outside for my girlfriend. It was dark out. Someone else a woman, gets into my car and she's talking away at me as if I'm the person who was waiting for her. I turn on the interior light. This woman looks at me and says, "Oh my God. Oh my God." And she keeps saying, "Oh my God," as she gets out of the car and walks away. I didn't say a damn thing, a single thing. I didn't go, "Oh my God, get out of my vehicle," and start throwing hooks or anything, or pulling out a beaver tail and start slapping her with it. I say that because I'm in Canada. I'm trying to make a joke for Alma and Bolo.
Can you? I mean, we're okay. I bet Bolo's had this happen. Well, anyone that's had a significant other and been shopping with them, but like, I'll be having a conversation with Kim, and all of a sudden I'll turn back, and there's like an old lady standing there. I'm like, "You're not my wife." She's like, "I am." And that just happened at Costco last week. She's like, "I am not." I'm like, "How you doing?" Like, because I just, I made light of the situation. It was, and I was carrying on a conversation. She was literally right beside me, and I finally looked over and like, I had to look down because she was short, right? And my wife's like a touch taller than I am, right? So, but yeah, I just, yeah. Again, your first reaction is to grab a gun and just start busting caps.
Jesus. People seen what happened? People pulling beaver tails like they're switches and start whacking others with it, or what?
So I want to go back to, sorry, just to Brody's thing really quick here. I just said here. Okay. It's funny because those same people who don't read that whole amendment are the same Bible thumping assholes that only picked out the bad stuff about gay people. And I'm just gonna handpick this because this is what I believe in. I'm not gonna read the rest of it because that doesn't no. I don't want to grow a beard and I don't want to have to wear clothes made of the same cloth. And I don't want to do any of that, but just gays. But that's just the way they roll.
Yeah, cafeteria
right?
Christians pick and choose.
Yep, they pick and choose. They pick and choose what they want, and that is, well, really, that's almost all of them.
Yeah, come on.
Come on.
I don't know about that.
You don't think, for the most part, that is the way most religious, anybody that would call themselves a devout Christian. And I realize that, Brody. I'm not arguing with you.
Yeah, well-regulated militia is the phrasing.
Yes, and I'm agreeing with you. So, like I say to my wife very often, you're arguing with yourself right now because I am agreeing with you. It's the morons that won't read the whole thing. They paraphrase what they want to know, and that's where they leave it. I would bet you a good percentage of those people that would read that you would ask them, what does the whole amendment say, would be like, I bet you they would just say, I have the right to bear arms. And so I bet you that most of them, that's where they would stop. Right? But it's like, and I don't know what it's, I'm not an American. I have no idea what it fully says. But I'm not. Yes, and that's what I was getting at, Alex, is that and that's all religions. Yeah.
Oh, guess who's going to be responsible for breaking up that marriage? These guys right here.
We're a part of something.
No, I don't. What, you posted the entire wording of the Second Amendment to the Constitution? Do you not? Where?
Yeah.
I don't see it.
Where are your sources? Huh?
Yeah, bro.
Brody Shapiro.
Brody.
Yeah, bro. Butt blaster Brody Shapiro lover guy. Yeah, I'm going with that. Stick with it. Well, we're gonna stick with it. I hope the boy Joe, if you're still here, I hope the boys had a blast at wrestling this weekend. I'm gonna scroll back because I did not see it.
We love you too, Bolo. I've never met you. I don't know anything about you, but I love you. Why? Because you're commenting on this show. Yeah.
Bro, it's not showing up. I went back and looked. See, and that is a great thing. And now Bolo's here so you can hear this. Like when I got hurt, his wife, so Alma, and mine and Alma's friend, Mr. Man, the Irish guy, they got me through those 4 months because everybody was on lockdown, and like man was stuck in his apartment, like in Ireland. They weren't allowed to leave. Like I think he wasn't allowed to go without a 2-kilometer radius of his house. So for those 4 months, Alma and Mr. Man were like, and they're still, I consider them very good friends. And they were the best of friends during that 4 months because they kept my sanity. Because I couldn't go to work. I couldn't walk. Right. So they really helped me through that. And I don't think I've ever said that to Kat. I think it's the first time or Alma. Kat is what her name. She's Kat to me. I don't think I've even said that to Kat. And she has no idea what she did for me those 4 months because they sucked. But I always rely on her, man, to be there to hang out with me. So,
did she whisper sweet Spanish nothings into your ear?
You want to know what? She has a tiny. Okay, so I don't care if she cares. No, she didn't. But
okay.
So she does. She speaks very well, but she's. I've heard her speak Spanish, and it's awesome. I like her. Okay, so
there
the one night it was late. It was 11:30 here, and I would just happen to be online. She jumps on GTA, and when Kat gets drunk, the Mexican comes out.
Yes,
and it's awesome. And I've only ever heard drunk Kat once, and it was great because he would do the stereotypical "e." That's fucked up because like the accent really comes out when she's drunk.
I'll be there in 50 minutes.
Yeah, it was so awesome. Yeah, she was drunk as funky butt loving. It was awesome. So, okay, now it's okay.
You know what? No one is Salma Hayek except Salma Hayek. And
she's
that is
still
fine.
A smoke show.
Absolutely.
Oh. Yeah, like I thought it was A.A.T.G.M that wanted to go. I didn't realize Leo wanted to go too. I mean, it was a long show, and you want to what? By the time the last match came, even Coach was like, "The crowd's tired," and the crowd was tired. It was a lot. It was awesome. It was a great time, but yeah, even the crowd was tired too. So,
how long was the show?
3 hours, 4 hours, or 7, 3 hours.
Whoa.
But we were in there. I'm laughing at Bolo's comment. Yeah, but we all got there like me and Coach were in there about 6:30. And which is fine, dude. I was saying to Joe, that's how Chris is with the girls. Kins doesn't really like wrestling. Peyton loves it. So, but yeah, you get in there by the time you get settled and it's loud and yeah, but yes, but okay. So Selma Hayek, I got confused, but yeah, so we've been saying that and I'm reading it again. Yeah, so that's just it. That's all they'll say. The right of people to bear arms. That's it. That's it.
Yeah, that's what most people would say who have not read it from beginning to end. Yeah.
So, now to go down a wormhole here, but so would you consider the Montana militia or the Michigan militia, because they are a regulated militia? We've heard that. We've seen the videos. We've seen them on movies like Bowling for Columbine. So would that be considered a well-regulated militia?
You got to consider the wording of the time, meaning 1770s versus now. words may have a different meaning, especially words in clumps and groups. They may
course.
have an ultimately different meaning and context.
So I don't know if you've seen this Family Guy, but they make a joke about them doing the Second Amendment. And one of the guys says, should we change that wording? And I can't remember who said what. Maybe Ryan will correct me, but it doesn't matter. And one of the guy goes, well, what do you mean? What do we need to change? It says everybody should have the right to a set of bare arms. And it's literally a pair of bare arms on the wall like this. Right? That's what it is. Yeah. Right? This bare arms on the wall. You know. Again, I'm in here, get ready to drink because we steal all the time from Jim Jeffries. And when this was written in 17, they had muskets. They're, muskets. It's a big difference.
Yeah, muskets and powder and the little silver balls. So you could only fire one shot every, well, if you were great, probably 30 seconds.
Yeah. Okay, okay, that makes sense. And then you read that, if that is indeed the case, okay, that totally makes sense. I can get behind that idea. I get that. So, but yeah, anyways, enough spinning wheels. I just had to get that out there because we do. So, on to more white people problems for me. Talk about a fall from grace. Bam Margera is on the run after a physical altercation with the police. And I don't know if you've watched the downfall or have seen the downfall of Bam Margera, but it's pretty sad. And yeah. So yeah, he assaulted an officer. You just hope those guys can just get the help that they need.
He's closing in on 50, isn't he? If he's not already.
43. That's it.
Whoa.
He looks 50.
He looks 50.
Like if you look at when he from like Jackass 2, like the one where he got hit with the hand to now, like, and that's unreal. He like they have an old picture of him here from like when he was skinny. But like, yeah, you look at him now, it's pretty sad what's happened to him.
I think it was a post on social media about how people back then, 40s, 50s, 60s, even the 70s, a lot of them, when they were young, 20s, 30s, 40s, they looked a lot older. There were pictures of a few baseball players whose hair was thinning and that you could see the lines on the face, and they were late 20s, early 30s. So you start to wonder, what was the lifestyle of these people? Now, back then, smoking and drinking more acceptable, more commonplace among the majority of the people. And make no mistake, smoking on a regular basis will age you.
Oh, and also you got to remember, if you're talking like from like, what did you say, the 20s and 40s, like that old, these people lived in like dirt. Like they ate dirt. Like I think and we're way more pampered now than we were back then. Like, way more. Again, and I know I'm a broken record. I say it all the time, but we're in the worst times ever. Okay, yeah. Ask that to the people who in the 1930s who were eating dirt. And it's so bad.
And they didn't even have ketchup to mix in with the dirt to make it taste
dirt. It was just dirt.
Just dirt, plain dirt.
Yeah.
No sides with your dirt.
Mm-hmm.
Dirt.
Like Alex lives in a place right now that, say we talk for another 40 minutes, in like 30 minutes with 10 minutes left, he could totally go, I want food. And while talking, order food on an app, and it'll be at his house, but we live in the worst times ever.
Yeah. Oh, look who we were talking about last week, and look who showed up.
Ashley told on us. Oh, we're in so much trouble.
Oh, Cindy, I hope you're doing well. I miss you so much. Very good to see you here. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Yeah.
Yeah, no catch up. Yeah, see, she told on us. I knew it.
Oh, no. Oh, no. We're so screwed now, dude.
Right? Back to your question, Brody. Do you think Punk will be at the Calgary House Show? I don't care. This is not a wrestling podcast, so just kind of keep it short and Swedish. We love you too. Swedish, like the Swedish chef.
What?
No
one here is Swedish.
No. AEW is turned into sound. It's like a kids thing. Oh, you guys don't get along. We'll make a show over here. These people don't get along. I don't care anymore. I've lost all interest in AEW. I don't even follow anymore. So that is, and I don't care if he shows up to the house show. I'm going to be at the TV taping at SmackDown. So, now the Pudding Gang shows up.
The oldest person here, Mr. Old Man Listen. We should start a Wow.
No, not happening. There's two. I think I did. I think I did this once before.
What could go wrong?
No, what could go wrong? What? Because then I started thinking about like my life in the next two. Well, I'm so dumb. So not only, so I got this show. I got baseball in Tabor. I know baseball in Lethbridge. I got a band, and now I'm getting another acoustic thing going because we got an acoustic show coming up. I don't have enough crap going on in my life, and then oh, good Lord, Chad is way older than you.
Yeah, in spirit,
yeah,
and in body, Chad is like the guy at the end of Indiana Jones and the Last Crusade who drank from the wrong cup, and he's at the point where he's just about to turn into dust, but he's not reached that point yet. He's like like that, you know.
Oh, and by the way, Ashley, you are sweet. All right, and so
sweet, like extra sweetened ketchup from McDonald's.
Yes. Yeah. Never mind, Nicholas. Anyways, focus. Well, see, Ashley doesn't know. So Brody used to be a part of our show. Some things happened. We're not going to get into it. We're going to leave it at that. We're friends. We're still very good friends. And we're just going to leave it at that. So, okay.
Well, let's get it straight. There was a show that existed before this show called the Jabroni Jabber podcast that was started in 2017 by Brody and Nick. At some point in time, and I can't remember the exact date, but they asked me to join the show, so it became threesome.
All right.
Somebody said something stupid, and the show was done the next day. And it wasn't me either. So there's your history lesson for the day. The more you know.
The more you know, indeed.
Yeah.
Have you seen, and I have not seen, but Brody says that in Brody's defense, Brody has changed. Like, I would love to see 2018, 2017 Brody and this Brody have a conversation. That would be awesome.
I have enough footage. I could probably make that happen.
Oh, that'd be so great. Have you seen the new Evil Dead yet?
I'm going to see it this Saturday.
Okay. My drummer went and saw it. He said it was awesome. And he said brutality. And we know you were, Brody. And that's why we're still friends. Because you were going through some stuff. That's why we still talk. That's why your kids are awesome. You guys are all like, you're awesome. That's why we still have a relationship. That's why. So I know this. So enough mushy stuff. Can we talk about dicks or something now?
Excuse me?
You heard me.
Get the hell off my show. No, I'm kidding.
All right, fine. Fool you! I ain't going anywhere. What is in the news? Doug Ford's in the news. What do you do now? Oh, nothing cool. Tucker Carlson.
Brother left off.
So
Cindy, what are you up to these days? Let's
So
turn the show around. Let's turn the audience into the show. No, I'm kidding.
no, okay. So YYC, are you talking about the Rush cover band? I can't wait to see them. They're after us. I can't wait to see them for that weekend. They're so Cornstalk is that concert down here, and it's a Rush cover band out of Calgary, and they play after us.
Corn Fest.
No, Cornstalk. It's a different
Okay.
concert altogether. We are playing Corn Fest, and so everybody knows on here, and it's been confirmed. So we have been moved from Friday night, second to last show. We are now the closers for Thursday night of Corn Fest. So we're basically one of the 3 headline spots now.
Awesome.
So that's pretty exciting for us. So I can't
You're moving
wait.
up in the world. That's great.
Yeah. So yeah, I actually want to show you something. So when everything happened with okay, I haven't heard them yet. Now, I will say in defense of Brody, it doesn't happen a lot. I'm the first one to bust his balls. But when you call yourself a tribute band, you are to sound like the lead singer. If you were a Rush cover band, you don't have to sound like the lead singer. A tribute band means you're a tribute to the whole act. That's my opinion. You're saying you're a tribute, then it's not the Tenacious D song. You got to remember the words, and you need to sound like the singer.
Yeah.
You like how I did that? That's pretty good, right?
I do. Now, what we learned last week, Cindy, is that in order to live to such a ripe, young-ish age, because a lot of people are living that long, what we learned from Ashley last week is that you have to not only drink wine, but beer and Clamato and garden all day, which is great. So I know what I'm doing when I hit retirement age. I'm going to get plastered and get out there in the sun and start digging. Please give Grandma a big old hug from me. Well, a hug that's not going to, suffocate her or break any ribs or
Yeah, it
anything.
can't be a full Alex hug because he lifts.
Yeah.
He'll like crush Grandma. I want to show you a picture here. I gotta there it is. So when we got asked to play Cornstalk, of course I was like, yes, right away. And after we discussed money and whatnot, it was then my biggest question. My biggest question was, do I get one of those backstage cool laminates that you see all the okay? That was the biggest thing that I wanted. Was I want to have a laminate, right?
Hey,
that was what I asked. And I shall receive this. This is what I get.
Nice.
And that's like dream stuff right there. I'm so excited. So yeah, I get backstage pass for the whole weekend, and my band is in the bottom right over here. Another Simple Solution is right here. So that's what I wanted. That was my second question. Was after the money was discussed, was then, do we have are there going to be these? And there are, and I'm so excited for that. That is bucket list stuff. So thank you. Yeah, the guys. It's the guys. My band's awesome. I talk about Cole and Jared a lot, but I don't think I give enough credit to Wild Bill, who is an older gentleman who came and saved our band because he's playing bass for us. We didn't have a bass player. And bass, I tell kids now, like, learn bass. Nobody plays bass. Nobody plays bass. The world needs more bass players.
Yes.
So they do. But yeah. So yeah.
Oh, if
Not
there's one
happen.
person who is going to mention Freebird, of course, it's this old guy.
Of course it is, right?
Send them home. You mean send them home snoozing?
Yeah. No, we got our closer song. I don't remember how long we get to play for, to be honest with you. We got like almost 4 hours of stuff, so pretty,
Jeez.
yeah, pretty. Yeah, and sometimes like I have to, like I have an iPad up on stage, full disclosure, with lyrics on it,
Yeah,
right?
fine.
And anyone that would be like, what, kiss my butt. I've had a lot of head injuries, and I just saw a video with Pink, and she was doing the Taylor Hawkins concert, and the video that the guy recorded, you can clearly see they have lyrics running up there right there. They're like, there was a monitor for Pink, and there's a monitor for Dave Grohl, and Dave's not that much older than me, and if he wrote the stuff and he can't remember it, I got hit by a tree, so give me some some credit here.
Okay, but a point against you, your brain is not in your leg, is it?
Well, the tree hit me in the head.
But you got the squishy on the leg.
So what I'm thinking happened is no one's ever told me what happened. I don't know.
Okay.
So for anybody that would ever say anything about yeah, I'm totally milking it. Totally milking it. Milking it. That cow will be dry before I'm done with it.
Wow.
But like when the tree fell, like thank goodness I was wearing a hard hat. I always say that,
Yeah.
right?
Yep.
It hit the hard hat, and I think what was happening was I was stepping up onto the curb, and just the pressure from the tree hitting me snapped my leg. Like the tree didn't land on me. I think it was just the pressure. That's the sound I made when it hit me. I'm pretty sure it was a.
Shout out to the chat. We've got 8 people. We had 9 people watching for the quite a time, and now it's 8. So thank you all so much for being here.
Yeah. So
pure chocolate milk. Yeah.
Yeah. It brings all the boys to the yard. I get my milkshake.
You know what it didn't sound like or look like was this.
But what is that from?
That's a movie called Brain Damage.
Okay.
It's kind of a dumb movie.
Nah, Gordon would have laughed at it. Gordon would have laughed at it.
Don't be. Ugh. I wouldn't even bring up Gord in that context. I was thinking about it, but I wouldn't stoop that low. So I'm glad to see there's someone.
I'm glad to see there's that little flake of Brody still there. There's that little bit of 2018 Brody right there. Just right. Dude, you said you weren't going to talk about my boner on air, Chadney.
The show isn't for kids, but it's not exactly age restricted either.
No, I don't think so.
And we want to keep it that way. PG-13 is, just fine because you get a bigger audience when it's PG-13 as opposed to G or R.
Yeah, but I mean, how hard in the paint would you have to go to get an R rating these days? Like you probably have to go pretty hard. Like
pretty hard.
Pretty R. See I see it there? Because it's hard. And it is hard. And it's just yeah. Oh. Oy vey. Oy vey, everybody. What an awesome show. I just can't watch it anymore. Because nothing.
Oh, thank you for bringing that up. I got a screenshot to share with y'all. You need to what? You know what? We know you for being pissed, so you should be able to handle it by now.
And you've been here long enough, Red. You should know. Seriously.
But we're glad to, make you fall off that chair.
So you say that as kids. I got a picture too. So you show yours first.
And then you show yours.
You show yours, then I'll show you mine.
All right. So this I found on social media, and of course it rings true. Imagine something embarrassing happening to you at school when you were in the 7th grade. Now, this is referring to us. Everyone laughed and
Okay.
it was awful and you were mortified. Yeah?
Mhm.
You were okay. Then a few weeks passed and everyone found new things to laugh about and they moved on. You didn't forget how embarrassed you were, but you could move on too. Now imagine something you did embarrassing in the 7th grade in this day and age, and everyone laughed and it was awful, but someone also caught it on Snapchat and turned it into a meme and a TikTok. And everyone in school saw it and took a screenshot of it and spread it further, and you couldn't get away from it. And no one forgot, and you couldn't either. And people were still resharing it months later. Just sit there and imagine it for a minute. Kids aren't ready for social media. It starts with us parents. Please share.
I've often said that. That's a big difference between the bullying that happened for us and the bullying now. The bullying doesn't stop.
Yeah, it lives forever.
Well, and block this person. Everybody makes burner accounts. It's easy enough to make a burner account to mess with someone. Yeah, don't drop the mic, because people who say mic drop don't know how expensive mics are. They're very expensive.
Yeah, I saw that meme too.
Yeah. So, yeah, and it's that's very true. It's very, very, very true. And you have and I remember saying that to the kid, like, be careful what you put out there, because you can't take it back. A lot of it you can't. There's always going to be a chance someone's going to find it.
Yeah, and even if you have it up on the internet or it gets onto the internet for even a minute, people can download it. I've downloaded videos from Facebook and TikTok and YouTube and Reddit. Videos can be saved and they can be reshared. So once it's out there, even for 5 seconds, it's there forever.
Yep. So speaking of there forever, I got a message from Sheena LaMarche.
Oh, nice.
And they were at her mother's place going through her stuff. Her mom recently passed away, so they were going through pictures. And she sent me this.
Shout out to Fraser. Hope you're doing well, and Sheena. What in the world is that?
It is a young garbage man, probably 18, 19, 18 at the most. And I do mean the most. Now, the hilarity of it is now I was probably 30 pounds heavier then than I am now.
Wow.
And look at even the shoulders now when I stand, I can just tell I'm just a broader person now too. But, yeah. So I was talking to the kid, this was a little while ago. We were talking about smoking. And he's like, yeah, he's talking about how in school there was a little smoke area. There's a couple of kids that just stand, or they go around behind this dumpster. And he's like, well, what about you, Dad? I'm like, dude, we stand out in the parking lot, over 100 of us smoking. There was when we were in the parking lot before we had to go to the school, right?
Broadnet. Wow, you should start your own ISP and call it Broadnet.
Yeah, a broader Broadnet, I'd say so. But I was explaining about we just smoked right in the parking lot.
We didn't GAF.
Yeah, we didn't. And even when they made us move, we just walked over to the mall park. And if you remember correctly, Welsh and Scottish.
There you go.
Yeah, Scottish on my mother's side, with a little bit of Irish mixed in there, Welsh on my father's. Welsh and English. So I'm over there. So, but yeah, and do you remember, I think you were still in school when the smoking law came in and they were like, you can't smoke in this circle. Do you remember that?
I remember I think it was around grade 9 or 10, when I was in grade 9 or 10, that the smoking law said you cannot be smoking on school property.
Yep.
And I remember writing a letter at that time to one of the higher ups for school district 57. He came to the school, and one of the things he wanted to do while he was there was meet me, because apparently the letter I wrote was so well written. And I didn't want to talk to the guy because I was so immature and young. I thought, well, this guy's my enemy. I don't want to be around him. I should have had a conversation with him. But, young and stupid.
Because I remember they were coming out trying to give us crap, and we're like, no, we're not on school property. The minute we cross Skeena Boulevard onto the mall property, we're not in school anymore.
Yeah.
And I also heard a story, again, Mackenzie, but that it was who Heinrich, was it Heinrich or Pock-eyed Pete? Was it Goodall? Can't remember. Courtney Jensen was smoking outside the rec center, and he gave her crap, and she's like, I'm not at school right, because they had done this stupid circle, like you couldn't smoke in this radius around MSS. Okay. And she was like, I'm not at school right now, I'm working, I'm not at school. And I guess he suspended her. Now this, again, rumor, it's Mackenzie. I guess her father went in there and right into, it was Goodall, because I was going to say Grady, but it was Goodall, right into Goodall's office, feet right up on the desk, and said, so we seem to have a problem here, and lit up a cigarette.
I heard that too, yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you heard too. Okay. Because, yeah. But, yeah, they tried, but, and like I said, Ryan, I think that's 90, I want to say that's actually probably summer in 99, because I think I just got off work because we were working out in the bush. So, wow. Yeah, so everybody, I think, heard that, and it was Goodall, because it was a year after Grady left, and I went back and upgraded. That's why I got that job in the forest out in the woods working, because I got it through Mr. Crosby's class. So, yeah, because it was a year Goodall was the vice president or vice principal.
So 99.
So, that would have been 90. So that would have been your grad year.
Yeah.
Yep. So, and Courtney was upgrading. I think she actually graduated with you guys. I can't remember. But regardless of what it was, that's what happened. And yeah, so, and I heard that, yeah, her dad went in and lit up a cigarette in Goodall's office. And I was like, what's the problem? So, but it was always weird for me because, like, Goodall and Mrs. Lehane, Mrs. Bennett, they played on my dad's ball team. So I knew him as Pete and Susan or Sue, right? So when I got in high school, I was like, oh fuck, I done so good. That's only 50 cents. It's pretty good for me. And I remember I had to start calling her Mrs. Lehane, right? Because you're in school, you got to call them by their name, right? So
I don't remember Mrs. Bennett, and the Bennetts used to live beside me at one point after the Asquiths moved out.
The Asquiths. Yeah. Yeah, wow. There's a name I haven't heard in a long time.
Yeah.
Wow, the Asquiths.
Yeah, again, and I've said this before, that's a world away, that time. That was over 20-something years now. Yep. And it's not like I'm trying to forget it. I'm not, but life is so different now.
Yeah. Yeah, it is. You're not even the same people you were. Right?
Yeah, like you could trot out that old science argument of your body replaces every cell every 7 years or whatever that saying is. Even if that is not true, time and circumstance and environment will change you to some degree. Now, there's an exception to that, and if she is still here and in the chat, that would be Cindy, because Cindy, if I remember correctly, is still in the same place. So she's a time capsule unto herself, ever unchanging, and I love you for that, if that's true. If you don't, well, I don't love you. No, I'm kidding.
I
do it for science. Yes, she is. Okay,
man. And I love the nostalgia, and this is part of why I really love doing the show, is to be able to talk about those times, because they were so awesome. Like, you can pick out the odds, because you do forget the bad. You purposely forget the really crappy stuff that happened, right? And you remember how, like, the fun times we had, like, at your house, at the trailer. Like, when one of my favorite times was when me and you, I think we had pizza and we went and rented the Nintendo 64 and just played Mario Kart because Mom and Dad were gone for the weekend. I think they went bowling, and we rented a Nintendo 64 and we just played Mario Kart. I still got the picture of you, like, I know it's in one of the the folders we have with all the that I have on Facebook with all the party years. Pretty sure I have the picture where you're just laying on the big couch because we had that big couch in the living room, and that's what we were doing. So yeah, Ashley, if you're bored, while you're surfing Facebook, if you go onto my Facebook profile and go to my pictures, I have 5 folders, I think, full of like pictures from back then. And all the pictures we took from our party years.
Yeah, a whole lot of party pictures. One of the pictures I'm tagged in from way back in the day, this was from the year 2000 when we were camping at Williston?
76 mile.
No, not May 2001. 22
Was it the
mile.
one with me, you, Ryan, and Trevor?
No, it was. I was.
Oh, was it our birthday?
It was probably around that time because it was me and Lindsay and Ashley, and they were looking at me, and for whatever reason, I'm doing this.
Okay, now I gotta find it now.
There's no context.
No. So that was the awesome party.
Yes, Ashley.
Yes, it was the one in the yeah. We have that awesome party the night before. No, not Gatega. It was.
I remember.
It was the Gatega was awesome. The Gatega was awesome, but this was when we had the band, and then and then the next night we all stayed out there because I bought you a bottle and you bought me like a 224 an 18 pack. So we went into town and grabbed a TV and a VCR, and we set up a thing. We watched Friday the 13th Part 6, I think, and Delirious. And South Park. Did we watch a horror movie out there? I feel we did.
I think we did, aside from Friday the 13th, but I can't remember what it was, and I didn't take any pictures. This quote from Andrew Bernard, that is the quote, and I would add to that the quote that Jack Nicholson said in As Good as It Gets, where he says, "Do you ever wonder if this is as good as it gets?" What a beautiful quote this is.
Yep. Yeah. Mackenzie Landing. Yep. Yeah. Let's see if I can find that picture. Yeah, I was actually just going through these pictures the other day. Let's go down memory lane while we're here. Why not, right?
You going to share screens for this one?
I am.
Good. Because having you try to describe it, not good for TV. That was Trevor Lissick's backyard.
I think that was his 19th birthday. So I'm just going to click the arrow and we're just going to look. I like how if you look right here, there's just a GT. Like there's a GT planted there. One of us rode that in the snow, or that's how far we got.
It's flat ground. What are you doing with a GT? Oh, I've never seen that before.
Look at the mess behind her.
That was a mainstay of that.
Actually, hold on. I'll go back because that wasn't the first. All right, here we go.
Hey, Megan.
Yep.
Oh. That was what? Right before I left, or was that winter?
I don't remember.
It was in 2001.
That was after we had all separated when we left Kevin.
Oh, Ashley. Oh, look at this guy.
Yeah, drinking extra old stock. I wonder why he turns into an asshole. Do you remember that? Were you there for this when I cut my foot open?
I don't recall.
Yeah, it was a ball tournament. I sliced my foot open on a heat register.
Hey, Justin.
That's Gatega.
Yes. Yeah.
I don't remember where. I think it was at Justin's house.
Oh my God. Was this the beatings of Chris Armstrong?
Yeah, that was New Year's.
Yeah, New Year's 2003, I think. Hey, Kenny, buddy. And Holly. Wow.
Yeah, we saw that. Fuck, look at the hair. Look at that hair.
He's so proud of himself.
This was the night I think you were at your party. You were at a staff party or something, and you showed up to the house. It was just me here, and you were bombed.
No, that was a different time.
Are you sure?
Yeah, because Ryan and I had gone to that staff party. That was like a golf tournament thing.
Oh, shoot. So this was that night. Sorry, I just was going to stop sharing. This is the night of the party. This is that night we were just talking about before the morning after. Because that was the night with the band.
Yeah. Yep.
Yeah, that was yeah. I'm just trying to find. We were so dumb.
Some of us still are.
Oh, yeah.
We're just older now.
Oh, this is one of my favorite pictures. Try to bribe a cop with some Doritos.
Let's not use the word bribe.
I'm using the word bribe.
Offer. I offered. In exchange for not receiving a ticket, I offered him some free food, and it was delicious food, and he refused.
So yeah, he declined your offer.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm just gonna rip through these quick. Just some good ones here. Here's it looks like Ryan giving Alex anal sex.
Nope, that's not what that looks like.
That's totally what that looks like.
Wrong.
Yeah, not wrong.
Wrong.
Yeah, hurry up.
Wrong.
You gotta play wrong.
Yeah, I do. I gotta play it when I find it. Yeah.
Wrong.
I like how you really slowed it down. Oh, wrong. I like how we thought it was a great idea to like tape all those pictures to the wall. Yeah, like genius.
I thought you were going to say a good idea to tape up Bubblehead like we did.
You're eating birthday cake.
Yeah,
I remember. Yeah, if I remember correctly, I was so hungover. And I like how everybody had the Molson Canadian gear. That's like I'm wearing the Molson Canadian bucket hat, right? So, that was the night. Was this after you fell into the fire pit? I think it was. I think this was after you fell in the fire pit.
Yep.
Yeah. And I remember I sliced my finger open, and Nicole had to like help me up to the tent, to the camp, because I couldn't make it. And she put me to bed, and that's when the cops showed up. And they're like, because I can't remember what cop it was. He's like, "Hey, Nick, were you down there?" I'm like, "Doesn't look like I was fucking down there." And I slipped back up and went to sleep. He's such a charmer.
Yep.
Such a charmer.
Yeah, that was my Plenty of Fish profile picture for a while.
And it didn't work. It didn't work. All right.
Well, let me tell you something. It didn't.
No.
No.
So, do you want to look at some more, or do you want to
find something not only random but really interesting?
A picture?
Yeah.
One of our random weird pictures. Okay. I'm going to go to my albums, and then I'm going to go to the other albums. And weird and interesting, eh? Let me see.
I'm speaking for the people when I say they demand it.
Oh, well, okay. They demand it. Well, this isn't weird and interesting, but at least there's, we talked about it, and there it is. No context. And I like how Lindsay's looking at you just with like awe. Ashley's like, huh? And Lindsay's like, it looks like Lindsay's fully engaged.
She is.
Whatever you're discussing right there, like she is into it.
And I love the two contrasting reactions. Lindsay is into it, but Ashley's like, bro.
Yeah,
WTF.
literally, bro.
Bro. That is the definition of bro.
Well, see, you wouldn't have been hammered there. You definitely would have been hung over.
Yeah, I don't know about that. That was like 1 o'clock in the afternoon.
Yeah, no, I don't think you would have been.
No, Cindy, she wasn't hammered. She's lying. She was very nice. She was well behaved. She was helping people. She was donating to charity all at the same time. Everything was okay.
Yeah, I completely agree with that. That's exactly what happened.
See, there's the full context. You didn't sleep, so it felt like you were hammered. I felt
There you
like
go.
that
Yeah,
too.
that's yeah, been there. Been there.
Oh yeah. You go without sleep for more than 24 hours? Yeah. Yeah. Oh yeah. We got the pictures to prove it. Yep. Yep. Ashley was the best of us. I miss the 90s sweaters. Me too. I miss that sweater that I had. That was such a great lined sweater.
I believe that you still have it.
You know what? I don't. You sound like my dad. Oh my God.
There's your random picture of what the F.
That is awesome.
Daddy, would you like some sausage? Daddy, would you like some sausages? Yeah, Chadney is 1890s lamb-backed coats.
Oh, good point, Ryan. I don't know what century Chad was talking about.
Yeah, I think we were ahead by a century. See what I did there?
Oh, I see what you did there.
So, all right. Have you got any stories or Karen videos we should watch?
There's always a Karen video.
Is there before we go to the Karen videos and wind the show up, are there any stories that you want to get off the docket right now that you might have?
A short video I want to share.
Okay.
Found this on social media. You know, when people share this psychology says kind of thing. There's one in particular. Psychology says that being lonely is the equivalent of smoking 15 cigarettes a day.
Oh,
have you seen that?
yes. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Yes, I have.
So I found a video by a Dr. Inns, INNS, where she goes down the rabbit hole on this one. This is about 59 seconds long, so enjoy.
It is not.
Yes, it is.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Loneliness is bad for you, but it's not defined as in that video. And let me show you how to get that information. This is your brief course in media literacy. If you try Google, you're going to find something like this, which mentions a source that's not an actual source. So we look for the next article like this, and this one has a clickable link to research. Except it goes here, and this is not a research article, but it has a reference. This reference is a Daily Mail article. Let's see what that gives us. No link or citation, but we have names of the researchers. Putting those names in Google Scholar gets us the actual research. This study is a meta-analysis. It's a study of studies. That's where the number of participants comes from, and the conclusions that adequate social relationships correlated with better survival.
Over 7 years. I don't know why it cuts off 2 seconds. But so you, just like with the Knowledge Fight podcast, with what Alex Jones and his crew do, they will read a headline, maybe the first few paragraphs, but then with regards to the actual information, they'll be distorting it, or the link they get it from does not actually say what they say it says. So unless you're willing to go down that rabbit hole she did, you're not going to get the full context. You're not going to get the whole story. I keep using full context.
But that is, I guess the full story is what you need to say is you need the full story. Yeah. I mean, because context. Now, could context be like in the eye of the beholder? That's not the term I want to use. Because it depends the context you want to apply to a situation. If that makes sense. If your idea is like, go back to the Second Amendment thing, and you feel that if by me saying I have the right to bear arms, that's the end of my conversation. I don't have bear arms, right? That's what I'm getting at. It depends how, like, that's how you're, like, yeah. So
it's part of the interpretation, but it's not the entire interpretation, which is what you need.
Which then, to me, it turns to the story.
Yeah.
Right?
Yeah. So, the whole story, the actual story.
Yes. So perfect. Okay.
Yeah.
Give me some Karens. I know you're gonna talk. No, talk. If you're not done, don't go ahead.
Karen.
Oh no, you wanted to say something. I'm sorry for cutting you off. I apologize.
No, I forgot. So drink.
Oh, okay.
Everyone who's old, muffle your ears. That is our Karen intro.
Love it.
So we're going to go with a Darren this time rather than a Karen because we give equal opportunity to everyone. You ever been in a store and you were complaining about kids' clothes?
No. As a
Well-
matter of fact, as a father, every time that I walk past, I can't help it, and I'm sure all the parents in the chat right now will say the same thing, is, oh man, I remember when you walk past the kids' clothes saying, oh, remember how cheap kid clothes used to be? Man, I wish they were still that small. Yeah, no. And so, yeah.
Phobic Karen complains about toddlers' clothes.
So just so everyone knows, I stole this video from Bullies and Karen's Fights. They're on YouTube.
Hey, what's up, guys? Here I am in Target, my local Target, right? Check this out. So we're in the boys section, guys. Boys clothes section. I want to show you over here. This is the clothing you have for boys. Dinosaurs are cool, right? There's a big rainbow behind the dinosaur. But we're not going to stop there. We got a cloud, hula hooping with a rainbow. What's this? Trucks are cool, right? Picking up a rainbow. Why are we picking up a rainbow, guys? Why is this boys' clothing today? I'm not done. Like Baby Shark? Bye-bye. There's masculinity. That's what they're doing. They're destroying masculinity. Guys, it's time to stand up against this wokeness. We need to stand up as parents and leaders and fathers. Like and follow for more.
Okay. So I now want to go to my Walmart. I'm gonna make sure I'm gonna look. And maybe I'll make a video. And I'll send it to you.
Yes.
Because last time I was there was Batman and Ninja Turtles, and so maybe that's one section. Maybe.
No, that's the entirety of the little boys' clothes section in Walmart.
Okay.
Wokeness
It was
has shrunk
Target.
it down.
It's Target. Remember.
Sure.
But I did, we didn't talk about this though. And I thought maybe, I don't know if you put it in the banner. So I had a friend, she was in Superstore, and she sent in, I actually took a screenshot of her the Snapchat, because it was like gender neutral sweats. I gotta see, I sent that to you. I gotta find it because it blew my mind, because it's like, okay, like I've seen women just wear like a sweater, just a regular, not a, like you can definitely see a woman's cut shirt and a dude's cut shirt, right? Like you can see the difference. But I've seen women just wearing a sweater, just a regular old, the sweater from the 90s, like the picture that had Ashley and Lindsay in it. They're wearing just a sweatshirt. That could have been a guy sweatshirt. It's just a sweatshirt. And this picture, I remember I sent it to you. I thought I'd sent it to you. I got to see if I can find it now. I'm just searching in the chat here, mine and Alex's chat. But I sent Alex a picture. There it is. And of course, I went way past it. Why wouldn't I?
Gender neutral used to be known as, when it comes to clothes, unisex.
So this to me, this isn't like this. Oh, frick. Of course I clicked it. This to me is like they're trying to cash in on the movement almost. You know what I mean? Like these people see them like, oh, look at these are gender-free clothing. It's like they're sweats. Like, and to me, that this is one of those, we're taking advantage of a situation because they're just sweats. And if you see what the family's wearing in this picture, it's just sweats.
You mean trying to take advantage of a situation in order to make money? No.
Right?
Not in America.
Yeah, but no, this is in Cranbrook.
Oh.
This is in Canada.
The hell with me.
Yeah. So, yes. The hell with you.
The capitalist monster has crossed the border.
Oh no, not the monster. What about Zeus? So, all right. We got our moment of clarity.
We do actually. We have what we like to call in this show
Moment of Zen.
And if there was an argument against having children, that would
There
be
it
it.
is.
There it is.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I think that's about it.
That's good.
Yeah, that's a show. So
Hmm.
we hope, Cindy, that you learned something from watching us. And if not, well, sorry for wasting your time, but no one made you come here. Anyway.
You should come back next week, though. We'll try again.
Yeah.
We'll definitely try again.
Get some gardening tips from Grandma. I mean, when you get down to garden, do you drink before or after you start digging?
Oh, definitely
You know?
the whole time. I'm thinking
Pudding
definitely the whole time.
Pudding time. That. We shall return next Monday, 6 p.m. Pacific,
are we?
7 p.m. Berta time. Next Monday, May 1st, yes.
Oh, it's the one
Yes, we
after
are.
that. Okay, yeah.
We'll see about the one after that. I am very positive about it. No. Yes. Oh, that's a great idea, Cindy. I don't know that you would do that kind of thing, but you and Grandma should do a drinking with Grandma and gardening tutorial. You know, have like a table full of drinks and then a garden over here, and then just go through the whole thing. Make it a half-hour video. That would be awesome. See, Dad is offering his setup. So
maybe Dad can do a run-in. I'd love to see Dad. Before the show.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Before the show, just to say hi. Before the show. We won't have him on air, but just before the show.
No, Dad. Yeah, Dad, you're banned from the show. You can never be on here.
That's not what I'm saying.
Yeah, sure. All right.
You're
We'll
ridiculous.
All right. Well, thank you to everyone who was here. Brody, Beverly, who liked us on Facebook, Ryan, of course, Alma and Bolo, Jolene, Dad, Cindy, otherwise known as Mama Bear, Ashley, Corey, who was here for a minute. Anyone else who I missed? I don't think so. Everyone who viewed us on Facebook or YouTube and didn't say anything, thank you so much for showing up and help to pump up those view counts, because that's how we get our kicks these days. Thank you so much, Ashley. We love you very, very much.
Yeah, we do too. Thank you,
so much.
everybody.
People who we haven't seen in a while. Sarah May, I'm sure she's around here somewhere. Hanama, Overseer, Riley, Casey, Penny, Frank, Trish, Jen, Trevor, Corey's brother, Trevor G, both Jolene's, and a shout out to Gareth. Thank you, Cindy. We don't profess to having done a great show ever, but you know, we do it because we want to. We're not getting paid for this. We like to do it. You know?
Yep. And I've said it many times, I get to talk to one of my dearest and oldest friends, and the other one's in the chat. So, and the third one, who actually I've been talking to Mr. Blackler. I was talking to him this weekend, actually, and he doesn't have any social media. So it's pretty cool. It's pretty cool. Yeah, he has none. It's pretty cool that after, 40 years, and Chadney too, of course, but it's pretty cool that after, because me and Chad, it was probably 2000. What year did we have the party at Penny's? And I tried to fight Mackie.
99?
And then, yeah, me and Chad went to the bar. So we've been friends for a long time, but I'm saying with you, Nathan, and Ryan, you guys, I've known like you and Nathan for Nathan for 43 years, going on 44. You're like 30, almost 40 at this point, like 38.
36.
Because we were in 85, 86 when we met, I think.
Yeah, let's say 80. Well, it could have been 85. Dad would know. BCFP, he was still wearing that green jacket.
Yeah, so anyways, but still, to be able to talk to friends, and including like Ryan, I mean, I've known Ryan that long too, is pretty awesome. So even if it was just us with Ryan in the chat and a couple other and Chadney, it would still be worth doing it because I'm talking to old friends. And now that Ashley's here, see, I figured 85 too, you know, with Ashley here and Cindy's popping in and like so it's pretty cool that I'm able to meld my worlds with you, some of my oldest friends, friends I got during high school, and now friends now that I game with Kat, you know, and it's all coming together as one. It shows how awesome technology in the world can be. So
yes, the world is getting smaller slowly but surely, and in a positive way. This show is an example of that. There's that old saying, old friends are the best friends. Maybe that's true. However, with some new friends that we've made along the way, maybe not. Maybe friends are the best. Maybe we can shorten it to that, you know?
Yeah.
None of this old and new. Friends are the best.
Yeah. And just, I'm going to try to make sure when we sign off on the last things I say to you guys is just love each other in this world where there's just madness. If you can take that small group of people, just love each other. And even people out in the street, just love everybody that you can, because there's way too much hate in this world. Thanks, guys. I hope you guys have a great week.
Thank you very much.